It seems like nowadays keeping a relationship going is a hard task, especially for our generation. For some reason, I get the impression couples break up faster and don't stay together as long. Somehow, they get bored sooner and want to end things where the problems win and they just don't see a solution. So it's a good time to watch this. Look, I know it's not 100% of couples and not 100% of people. I know there are still people who have healthy, long-term relationships and who are committed to their partner. And I think that's part of what's failing. People don't want to commit. More specifically, our generation doesn't want to commit. And I'm not only talking about romantic relationships, I mean a lot of things. I think this is a big part of the problem with relationships right now: lack of commitment. Today, people feel the need to label a relationship to know if it's serious or just something casual for a little while. And look, I'm not judging at all if what you want is something casual. If you want a short thing and don't want to commit, I don't think that's wrong, as long as the person you're with is aware of it. Because a lot of the hurt today comes from people not being clear from the beginning. One person wants something casual, to have a little fun, and the other person is thinking long-term. When they find out the other person's plans, obviously there's a clash, and someone gets hurt. I'm not even totally sold on the label serious relationship. Maybe mature relationship fits better. But I understand why people use labels now, because, like I said, a lot of people are looking for something temporary. And again, that's okay. The problem is when you're not honest about your feelings and your future plans from the start. But this isn't the only reason relationships don't last today. There are other things I want to tell you in this video, and it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or not. I'm sure this interests you anyway. Everyone has been through relationships at some point, wants one, or will want one. It's normal and fine. Maybe some parts of this video will help even if you're not with someone right now. First, I think there are many reasons relationships don't last as long these days. For me, if I'm going to be in a relationship, it's because I plan to be with that person as long as I can. I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but I'm the type of person who wants to be with someone for life. All the relationships I've had, I handled with that intention. But everyone decides for themselves. Everyone has their own version of relationships.
I think part of this problem comes from social media. Social media has changed how we think a relationship should be. Don't get me wrong, social media has brought a ton of good stuff. If not for social media, I wouldn't be here talking to you. It opened opportunities, but it's also brought bad things. And I feel that's part of why relationships aren't working out as well. Today, everything is social media, and everything you supposedly need to know about relationships comes from social media, in quotes, because most of the time it's not accurate. Social media tends to make you idealize what a relationship should be in a false way. Even worse, it makes you idealize your partner. There are so many people online telling you how relationships should look, and I don't think that's wrong as long as the information is sound. But most of the time it isn't. A lot of people online tell you what your partner should gift you, how your partner should treat you, what your relationship should be like, what activities you should do, and people forget that every relationship is its own world. It's normal to be influenced by that content. We're bombarded. Part of the problem is that something outside the relationship sets distorted expectations for what your relationship should be. Some of the things you hear now say a relationship should be easy, it should be simple. But don't confuse me. This might sound weird, but I think loving someone is not something that costs effort. Love itself shouldn't be work. Loving someone and showing love should come naturally. What's different now is being in a relationship. Loving is natural, but a relationship is a different dynamic. Imagine two completely different people who one day decide to join lives and start walking the path together. That's amazing, but it obviously takes work. People have different mindsets, different thoughts, different experiences, strengths, and flaws, so clashes can happen, and that's normal. By clash, I mean a disagreement. That's going to happen. A lot of what social media teaches is that if you have a problem with your partner, it means it's not right and you should leave. Today, people are taught that if there's a problem, you should run before trying to solve it. I want to make a parenthesis. There are situations where you absolutely should run. When the problem is huge and puts your health, life, or integrity at risk, you should get out fast. But many times the issues are small. Often arguments start from something trivial. Many couples stop at the first problem they face and can't solve it, so they see leaving as the better option. I also think communication is a huge factor. Couples communicate less, and I don't mean just saying words. I mean communicating effectively, empathetically, lovingly. It seems that when problems arise, people forget their partner is someone they love and start fighting. Discussing is necessary. Discussing, not fighting. In fights, there are always people who get hurt. That's a given. In a fight, you have an opponent. That's why fights shouldn't be part of a relationship. Your partner isn't your opponent. They're your teammate.
If you can't see your partner as your teammate, there's something wrong. You should see them as your unconditional support, someone who's there for you and who you support in return. If your partner doesn't give you strength in hard times or joy in good times, you should rethink how the relationship is working. But back to what I was saying, not everything is sunshine. Sometimes problems are real, and that's okay. It seems like nowadays relationships have to be easy. When there's a problem, people want to bail. The longest relationships I've seen are the ones that had the most arguments. I don't doubt that. We all have differences. You've had them with friends, family. Of course, you'll have them with your partner. Being aware that problems will happen is key. Many problems test relationships and couples' ability to solve things together instead of fighting. Maybe I'm rambling a bit. There are tons of things I want to mention, but the main point is people expect relationships to be easy, and they won't always be. Having a healthy relationship is amazing and something you'll likely find at some point in life, but often it finds you rather than you find it. As cliche as it sounds, when you're desperate to find it, you find it less. Right now, I'm in a relationship with an amazing girl who has supported me in all my projects, even this one, and I feel very happy. I've been with her for a while and I feel calm. That peace is part of what a partner gives you. In previous relationships, I was always restless and anxious, constantly worried about what might happen, overthinking all the time. My past relationships were very anxious, but in this one, which has lasted over a year, I feel peaceful. And that's possible. That doesn't mean there haven't been problems. Obviously there have, but the difference is we don't abandon everything at the first issue. We focus on solving it. That's the point with any partner. Focus on solving problems before giving up. That's something many couples today lack. Problems are meant to be solved and to make us stronger. I've experienced that after each problem solved, the bond grows stronger. I don't know if you felt the same, but I have. After solving things properly through communication and assertiveness, you get stronger. That's how it is in life. Each solved problem makes you better prepared for the next one, which may be bigger, but that's okay because you gain tools to handle it. Again, my problem with modern relationships is that people often toss everything away at the first problem. People on the internet say relationships should be easy, and if they aren't, you should leave. I disagree. If you truly love someone, the ideal is to fix things. Of course, there are many other factors that make a relationship fail. I agree with that. And many times in the comments, people share other reasons, and I'm grateful for those. Feel free to leave yours. Some will say I'm simplifying things by only talking about part of the issue, and they're right. I can't cover everything here. These videos would be days long otherwise. But I believe what I'm talking about now is an important reason relationships don't last. It's like playing a video game and deleting it after the first loss. Oh, I lost, I'm uninstalling. That makes no sense. But as I said, if the problems are massive, like involving violence of any kind, verbal, physical, psychological, then yes, you should leave. But if the issues are misunderstandings or odd things, I think it's worth trying to fix if you love that person. Something that really tests a relationship is learning to accept your mistakes. You will mess up, that's guaranteed. You'll do something wrong at some point, and that's okay. Your partner will also mess up sometimes. The key is learning to recognize your mistakes, face them, and make amends because you can unintentionally hurt your partner without meaning to. Sometimes your partner hurts you unintentionally too. But it's not until you talk that these things are understood. Communication is always the answer, always, always. Things won't fix themselves if you don't talk about them, no matter how much people pretend to be okay. Let me repeat, the key to a relationship is communication, today and always. A couple that doesn't communicate won't get results, won't be a healthy relationship, and certainly won't be long-lasting. So if you're in a relationship now, or you plan to be in the future, keep this in mind. There will be problems. It won't always be easy. But if you really want that person, you'll know how to solve things together. You'll know because you're two people in a relationship, not one. If only one person wants it, wants to give everything, and the other doesn't, I'm sorry to say it, but it won't work. For a relationship, you need two. And remember, fights never end well. As I said, fights always leave wounds. There will be attacks and resentments that sometimes won't be forgiven and will cause issues later on. Please, don't be guided by social media. Social media doesn't know your relationship. Every relationship has different dynamics, each is its own world and has its own love languages. Social media makes us want our partner to love us in a particular way they may not be able to. People express love in different ways. Some give gifts, some show love through actions, others write letters, draw things, or give their time. Everyone is different and shows love differently, and you shouldn't idealize your partner. That's a huge mistake. You can't ask your partner to love you in a way they don't know how to. Of course, there are things you can agree on. That's what communication is for. If there are things you don't like or things you'd like them to do, you can talk about it. I may not have covered everything in this video, but there will be more videos about relationships. Today, I wanted to share this thought because I've been thinking about it and felt like sharing. If you're going out with someone, enjoy it. Let things flow. Enjoy the moment and enjoy that person. Don't be afraid to fall in love. Please don't, it would hurt you. Nothing lasts forever, so take care to enjoy what you have now. If that person is with you today, enjoy them. You don't have to obsess over the thought that it'll end later, because everything ends eventually, with death. So don't worry, just enjoy. I hope you're doing well, have a good day or a good night, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.